Support for Donnybrook Last Call is provided in part by Design Air Heating and Cooling.
Hey, welcome to Last Call, as we discuss some things that we may not have gotten to in the first show. And one of those is, Jamie, we had some good news and bad news as far as Metro was concerned. New security system is now in play, but not soon enough, apparently.
Yeah, so all of the new security measures went in place on Monday, which sounds like all of that's going pretty smooth. Riders are saying, yes, that worked. Swipe their cards, the tickets, and it limits access, to who can go in and out of the gates. But unfortunately, Sunday night, there was 2 fatal shootings, big robbery. So it was horrible. So it's like, yeah, good news, bad news.
Yes.
And that happened the night before everything went online.
The shooting was a strange one, though. I mean, we don't have the details on it, but according to the initial reports, there was a robbery, and then the victims tried to chase down the gunman with 2 other people. I mean, that sounds very strange, and there's sometimes that even good security can't overcome
I would
everything.
agree.
Yeah, and I'm not, like I say, this is not a blame Metro for what happened. Just like the 2 things just happened literally within 24 hours of each other. But I know you talked about this. Is it why would you go chasing after someone that just robbed you?
I think it's sort of comparable to what happened in O'Fallon on that exit. It's just your rage is up. You're angry. You're seeing red. How dare they take my bag? Unless there, as Bill sort of alludes, there's more to the story, and there could easily be. That's the last thing that any police officer would ever tell you to do. You call the police, let them investigate and go after or pursue a suspect. You don't do that. But Talby Roach, I always have thought of him as somebody who stands in front of the fire and takes his shots. And there's been a great deal to take those shots over for the last however many years. So I want to just congratulate him on bringing the security system
Good point.
Yes,
in,
I
because
agree.
he's really, in terms of public servants, he has taken his hits over the years, but he's brought this in.
Yes.
Including on the show.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he has always been.
He's always
thank you.
accessible.
The word I
Always
was searching
accessible.
for.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Joe, I was up in Seattle, and that's where the game was played. Belgium and USA. And I know every place was packed here, but there was up there. People were largest TV audience for a American soccer game, although the Mexico, Colombia game actually had more people watch it. But is it all over now? I mean, the soccer, just soccer craziness, and I'm not counting our own MLS team, but just, are we done with the World Cup now? Because we were really into it until that very, very disappointing loss on.
Yeah, I was over it about a month ago.
Soccer hate.
I was born and raised in St. Louis. I was forced to play soccer till I begged to play junior league football. Almost literally begged my mom. Never saw the wisdom of a sport that took me in the wintertime, put me out on the field in short pants, and encouraged me to hit the ball with my head. Never made sense, and I was in like 3rd grade. I thought, every other sport gives you a helmet. This one, you're actually encouraging me. But, yes, I think a whole lot of it is going to drop off. That the U.S., and this was pure promotional marketing. Okay, coming into this tournament, because I am a sports head, the U.S. was ranked as the 17th best team in the world. Did you really think we were going to make the Elite Eight, much less the Final Four? Was this going to be hockey? No, it wasn't hockey. It was soccer. We're not good at soccer compared to most of the rest of the world. Now, I'm glad for all these cities. I hope all their businesses did great.
Kansas City is doing.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I love those events. I mean, equestrian competitions, gymnastics. You're just not going to see me at them. That's all.
I think that soccer is the game of the future just because all the kids play it. I mean, and I never played soccer, but, like watching my son and my grandkids play it, there's a lot of running around. And in baseball, for instance, if you're the right fielder you can be out there all game without anything coming to you, and you get to hit once or twice. But in soccer, you can run around, and kids enjoy it. And I think that's why the future looks good for soccer.
I was watching a game with Egypt, okay? I haven't seen that I mean, that was like watching a Broadway play, right? They were flopping around like fish and whoa, and screaming in pain, and then he was up and there was a great meme. I know you're not on social media, but there was a great meme this week about a woman who was in labor at 10 centimeters, okay? And how her drama is not quite as dramatic as these soccer players who flop around and, it's all it's almost like wrestling on a pitch. It's just bizarre. Now, having said that, I know that there's a market for it. I just don't think it's ever supposed to happen here in the US of A. I really don't. And
At least
maybe
not
when all
yet.
the dinosaurs are gone, it will happen. But kids have been playing soccer for a long
Well,
time.
that's
and it's
true.
still only every 4 years.
I was going to say, I remember the future of the soccer was back in the late 60s,
80s.
early 70s when Pele came
Pele,
here.
Yeah.
That was going to turn it around. That's 55 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now a lot of the columns do say that a lot of kids are playing soccer, but we don't create elite soccer players because all of a sudden becomes pay to play, up to $20,000 to $30,000 a year. So
Yeah.
you lose a whole segment of your population, even if they are interested in soccer, because we can't
Yes.
afford that. So that's
That's
that.
happening in
Right.
kids' sports to a.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's true.
That's happening
Yes.
in figure
all the
skating
sports.
and
You have to
basketball
pay
and
these
hockey.
clubs
Oh, yeah.
to be, and then they travel. and
almost
it's
every-
expensive.
No, it is. It's literally football is the one that really does that. Although they play 7-on-7 and stuff like that all summer, that costs money. But football, you play at high school and you did all your games, all your practices are right there. So,
Right.
All right. Well, up in North County, what used to be Mars is moving technically, eliminating some jobs, not the planet Mars, but the ones that make the candy bars.
M&M
You can't
Mars.
do that.
Yeah, the Kind brand bars. They're closing the plant there. But if you wanted to move to Utah, there is a job for you. And I'm here to tell you, look, if you are one of those people, I'm not saying abandon St. Louis, but I am saying move to Utah. We got to find
Then
a way.
you're saying abandon.
Yeah.
St. Louis.
You are
Wait a
saying
minute. When I moved to Danville, I didn't abandon St. Louis. That was where my job was. So if your job is there and you're young, don't turn it down. Wendy, they should go. They should be like covered wagon, except with a car and a jet.
As long as they have Wi-Fi,
Right.
like the covered wagon people, like the Oregon Trail where they have the Wi-Fi.
Right, right.
No, I see what you're saying, and it is part of being in the media that at least it used to be, where you start in small towns and work your way up. You cut your teeth, you make your chops or whatever, and you work your way in. I don't think there's a lot of appetite for that today. Like moving to Utah, if you work on Howder Shell, and is that right? Isn't that that's where the plant was located?
Yeah.
If you work on Howder Shell in Hazelwood, and you go out to Utah, that is showing some initiative, and you are going to be recognized for that. If you take a chance like that, that's very hard for people. I don't know how many of them will do that. But
Considering people don't want to come into their own office.
that's right.
So
That's
it's-
right. Most like work
across
from
the
home.
bridge to go to Illinois.
Right.
Work
Yep.
from home. But what I don't understand, I mean, we are centrally located, and Utah isn't. And they're building a $270-some-odd million bakery. I just.
Well, Utah's a beautiful.
It's
I was just
beautiful.
gonna say that.
Sure, I know.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, there are drawbacks, of course, like any
That's a nice
state.
jacket you got, by the way.
Yes, you too, my good
Oh,
man.
yeah, they're being stylish.
I'm here to promote Utah. It is by far the prettiest state I have ever
gorgeous.
been to,
It's
and have been there several times. And again, if you're young, that's exactly the kind of place you'd want to go.
Right.
Salt Lake City, when you look out there, Idaho is a growth area. Boise, big city. Salt Lake City is growth, and Provo, which is all around there. I mean, yeah, if you need a job and want a job, it's not like they're sending you, to some,
Right.
Equatorial Guinea or something, where the life expectancy is 40 years old. It's a great state. It's a gorgeous state. And if you want a job, yeah, go. But I also do agree that the notion of traveling for a job now is something that's almost alien to a younger
And that's
generation.
that's really what I'm saying is that we need people like us to stand on the shore and say, Columbus, find it. You know, I ain't going. Right.
We would if we were younger.
If I was younger.
Right.
We'd be packed up right now.
All right. No, seriously. I will say this before we get out of here. Utah has income tax. Utah has sales tax. Utah is not one of those no tax states. So all that, nobody's building and nobody's doing anything in a state that doesn't, no. Right. So Utah, we salute you. And St. Louisans that go to Utah, we salute you. And we salute you for watching us tonight on Last Call. We'll see you next week.